Good morning. We will now begin NAVER's 2025 Q2 earnings conference call. For the benefit of our investors joining from home and abroad, we will provide a simultaneous interpretation service for the presentation and switch to consecutive interpretation for the Q&As. Good morning. I am Choi Myung-hwan from the IR team. I would like to thank the analysts and investors for joining NAVER's 2025 Q2 earnings presentation. On this call, we're joined by CEO Soo-yeon Choi and CFO Hee-cheol Kim, and they will walk you through NAVER's business highlights and strategies and financial results, after which we will entertain your questions. Please note that the earnings results are K-IFRS based, provided for timely communications, and have not yet been audited by an independent auditor, and hence are subject to change after such review. With that, I will turn it over to our CEO to present on the business highlights. Good morning. I am Soo-yeon Choi, the CEO. Recently, the global importance of high-quality data for AI applications has been growing, leading to an increase in the value of data-rich platforms. NAVER, backed by an overwhelming volume of UGC and business data, such as shopping and local places, is a platform that captures detailed and comprehensive user behavior across daily activities, including search, shopping, payments, reservations, and visits, with a level of granularity rarely seen worldwide. By combining its proprietary content and data with AI technology, NAVER is strengthening its platform competitiveness and expanding monetization. AI briefing, now accounting for up to 8% of total search queries, has grown into a service with an MAU of 30 million. Search sessions featuring AI briefing show higher search and content click volumes compared to standard search results. Metrics such as long-tail query volume and time spent at the top of the search page have also increased year-over-year, indicating positive improvements. We plan to expand AI briefing coverage to 20% by year-end, above our initial target, and further enhance the search experience with the launch of the interactive AI tab next year. In advertising, leveraging AI technologies like Ad Boost has further expanded monetization of previously non-revenue generating non-commercial keywords this quarter, enhanced inventory efficiency, and improved both the click-through rates and return on ad spend, or ROAS. NAVER Shopping is recognized as Korea's leading seller-friendly platform. Building on this strength, its vast product assortment is enhanced by AI technology to deliver highly personalized recommendations and discovery experiences. By year-end, NAVER plans to launch a proprietary AI shopping agent to assist customers in exploring products more effectively. NAVER Cloud is the only Korean provider that has leveraged its expertise and experience in building data centers, operating GPUs, developing proprietary foundation models, and applying these models directly to user-facing services to successfully secure overseas references. It will continue to lead sovereign AI initiatives, both in domestic government projects and global markets. Next, I will discuss the performance of the search platform segment. In response to users' evolving information search behavior driven by the expansion of generative AI services, NAVER is focusing on enhancing search technology through AI, addressing long-tail keywords, and improving user engagement via feed integration, while also expanding monetization efforts. First, in search, through AI integration, we have seen growth not only in search sessions but also in business query volume, confirming that the platform's core competitiveness remains robust. Specifically, advancements in AI search technology have enabled richer responses to a broader range of queries, effectively addressing the rise in user search demand and resulting in increased search session volume. Furthermore, the sustained growth in the business queries indicates that despite the diversification of channels for information search, NAVER continues to serve as the primary destination for users seeking information on products and places. This also highlights new monetization opportunities through the expansion of commercial long-tail keywords. In the second half of the year, we plan to enhance competitiveness by revamping integrated search to provide personalized search results for each user based on their usage data within the NAVER ecosystem. To enhance discovery and exploration within the platform, we completed the feed rollout of 6 thematic sessions, including fashion and beauty and living and food by the end of July, following the full feed integration of sports and entertainment sections in the first half. As a result, both content exposure and user time spent on the feed-enabled pages have increased, and we expect this to further enhance user engagement and immersion going forward. Time spent on the mobile main page continued its upward trend in Q2, marking 5 consecutive quarters of over 10% YOY growth. The recent feed rollout for these themed sessions led to a 108% YOY increase in NAVER feed advertising revenue and contributed to overall revenue growth. This enhanced personalization has made possible by NAVER's unique data assets. In today's rapidly evolving AI era, one of the key global challenges is securing high-quality data, the foundation of training and inference for generative AI models, and maximizing its utility. Many companies, including global big tech, are working to better know and understand their users in order to more effectively deliver and recommend relevant information, products, and places. In this pursuit, the importance of generating and expanding meaningful data continues to grow. NAVER is the only platform in the world that thoroughly captures a user's comprehensive user patterns, including search, shopping, payment, booking, and visits in their daily lives. At the core of this data competitiveness lies a virtuous cycle in which creators voluntarily produce content across diverse fields, which is then effectively integrated and showcased across various NAVER's service platforms, while ensuring creators receive appropriate compensation. NAVER has recently implemented measures to block AI bots crawling on data of its core services, including blogs, cafes, shopping, and place reviews, in order to protect the content that creators carefully and diligently produce. At the same time, we're strengthening reward programs for creators who produce high-quality content. Notably, in July, we launched the Shopping Connect program to seamlessly connect creators and stores within the NAVER ecosystem. This initiative lays the groundwork for generating additional revenue streams, extending beyond advertising income from content exposure to include earnings linked to product sales. We will continue protecting creators' content, optimizing content placement, and ensuring fair compensation to grow NAVER's UGC ecosystem. In addition to promoting original UGC content creation, we will strengthen our content lineup by expanding acquisitions through partnerships with external providers such as CJENM and Netflix. We also plan to introduce various C2C features such as product listings and recommendations within our cafe service, which hosts robust communities, creating a safe and convenient transaction environment for both sellers and buyers. Building on this experience, we expect to create synergies within the C2C platforms like Poshmark and Wallapop, and establish a foundation for global expansion through domestic and international data acquisition. On August 5th, to strengthen our European operations and secure future growth, we increased our stake in Wallapop, Spain's largest C2C platform with 19 million active users. Driven by strong interest in sustainability and the circular economy, C2C is a steadily growing market in Europe. Among them, Wallapop facilitates safe and convenient P2P transactions across categories from daily essentials to electronics and vehicles, and is expanding into southern European markets such as Italy. Since NAVER's initial investment in 2021, Wallapop has sustained a strong growth, recording a 25% CAGR in revenue through 2024. From a business perspective, the number of listings has been growing by double digits annually, and in addition to everyday household items, Wallapop in particular has become the #1 platform in Spain for automobile listings, continuously widening the gap with the runner-up. Moreover, to enter the refurbished electronics market, it has formed partnerships with brands such as PlayStation and Decathlon, actively expanding its category offerings. With this recent equity increase, NAVER aims to leverage its technology and business expertise to transform Wallapop into a strategic platform, delivering innovative experiences across Spain and Europe. Leveraging the robust data we have secured this way, we are focusing on enhancing hyperclova axis performance to maximize search service quality. At the same time, to optimize both service quality and efficiency, we're also utilizing open source models tailored to each service, advancing NAVER's on-service AI strategy. We're also continuously advancing AI services for a better search experience. Since its launch in March, AI Briefing, which summarizes information in an easy-to-read format, has been expanded to cover 8% of integrated search queries and is now used by 30 million monthly users. Queries with AI Briefing have recorded a CTR that is 8 percentage points higher than traditional factual query results, with user time spent on search results also increasing by over 20%, reflecting positive feedback. Furthermore, both the number of searches and content clicks within sessions where AI Briefing is shown are 32% higher than those in standard integrated search, demonstrating strong usability. By year-end, we plan to expand AI Briefing's coverage to 20% of integrated search queries, further enhancing our competitiveness in informational search. In 2026, we will launch AI tab within NAVER, enabling users to access conversational AI search through a dedicated tab. This will provide data-driven, in-depth search experiences across shopping, local services, finance, and more. Ultimately, by leveraging our understanding of AI search behavior and expertise in AI technology application, we aim to introduce an integrated AI agent spanning the entire NAVER ecosystem, establishing it as an essential service in the AI era. From a monetization perspective, overall advertising revenue across the NAVER platform increased by 8.7% YoY in Q2, driven in part by efficient AI-powered ad placements. Of this, 4 percentage points are attributed to AI effects, such as those from Ad Boost. In Q2, we continued optimizing ad placements by leveraging AI technology to deliver more efficient, query-optimized ads on the same pages. As a result, some commerce ads appeared in certain search and display ad spaces, causing a partial shift in growth similar to the previous quarter. Still, total ad revenue exceeded market growth rates and internal estimates. Specifically, ROAS, the key advertising efficiency metric, increased by over 20% YoY, while the number of performance advertisers grew by more than 60%, driven by strong advertising consulting capabilities. Moving forward, we'll continue optimizing ad placements within NAVER's platform, while expanding advertising across external channels to achieve overall ad growth exceeding the market. Let me now turn to key highlights from commerce. In Q2, commerce delivered solid results, driven by the successful rollout of the NAVER Plus Store app, enhanced membership and delivery capabilities, and continued growth in commerce advertising. As a result, Smart Store and on-platform GMV grew by 10.2% and 9% YoY, respectively, maintaining steady growth momentum. In its first full quarter performance since launching in March, the NAVER Plus Store app successfully took hold, enhancing users' discovery-driven shopping experience through advanced personalized search and recommendations powered by the Smart Store database. The app is generating positive results, contributing to a net increase in total page views and GMV. Notably, user activity on the app shows that its conversion rate is 17 percentage points higher than on the web, and the average order value is also 16% higher, proving the app to be an effective channel for driving user purchase. In addition, we observed meaningful GMV growth in discovery and exploration areas such as shopping, home, verticals, and curated events. Content click volume on the app was 7% higher than on the web, and the purchase rate among membership users was 30 percentage points higher, further validating both the intended user behavior shifts and the app's future growth potential. In the second half of the year, we will actively drive app engagement with the launch of Curly and Mart, aiming to establish the NAVER Plus Store app as the first shopping destination for consumers. We plan to solidify our lineup around top GMV catalog products within the app, while significantly strengthening competitiveness in high-frequency purchase categories such as fresh food and FMCG. Through these efforts, we aim to increase visit frequency and purchase volume, positioning the app as consumers' go-to shopping destination. By organically linking Curly and Mart with membership benefits, we will drive new user acquisition and higher purchase volume, showcasing the differentiated value of the NAVER Plus store and further expanding our commerce ecosystem. The enhanced membership program is contributing not only to the commerce ecosystem, but also to the broader NAVER ecosystem. Partnerships with Netflix, such as the Squid Game Season 3 campaign, have led to an increase in new signups and higher shopping spend, positively impacting overall GMV growth this quarter as well. Notably, both active users and paying users grew by double digits YOY, injecting vitality into the entire commerce ecosystem. To sustain this momentum, we partnered with Microsoft in July to add PC Game Pass as a membership benefit. This collaboration is expected to attract new users, particularly men in their 20s and 30s, with high purchasing power. Moving forward, we will continue exploring additional partnerships to offer diverse options and high-quality content to our members, aiming to broaden our user base. Partnerships with external companies through membership are also expected to positively contribute to NAVER's ongoing efforts to expand its content ecosystem. We expect to create various synergies across our services, such as Netflix content being featured in short-form clips and PC Game Pass users naturally migrating to Jijiji. We expect this to drive user acquisition and lock-in, significantly enhancing not only commerce competitiveness, but also NAVER's brand value and overall content ecosystem expansion. Membership is now recognized as a key driver of synergy across the entire NAVER ecosystem, extending beyond just shopping benefits. Enhancing delivery capabilities to innovate user experience remains a key priority. In line with the March launch of the Plus Store app, we branded our guaranteed delivery service as N-Delivery and significantly improved user convenience by offering more detailed estimated delivery dates. In particular, we significantly enhanced the customer satisfaction by expanding unlimited free shipping and returns for membership users. This led to not only an increase in sellers utilizing N-Delivery, but also a substantial growth in the database, resulting in nearly doubling N-Delivery coverage for 3 consecutive quarters. Starting in Q3, we will introduce early morning delivery service in partnerships with Curly and CJ Logistics to shorten delivery lead times and strengthen cold chain logistics, focusing on overall delivery quality improvements. Furthermore, by year-end, we plan to complete platform development to enable the full-scale launch of direct contracts early next year, gradually expanding the adoption of N-Delivery. Finally, by the end of the year, we plan to launch a shopping AI agent to elevate the user experience. Building upon the existing AI purchase guide, this advanced agent will closely assist individual customers like a specialized sales advisor in offline stores. It will allow shoppers to ask questions and receive information throughout their shopping journey, helping them to make more convenient and confident purchase decisions. Next, I will provide an update on the fintech business. In Q2, NAVER Pay's TPV reached 20.8 trillion won, up 18.7% YOY and 6.3% QOQ. Non-captive payments, which now make up 54% of total payment volume, reached 11 trillion won, up 27% YOY, driven by greater payment activity and merchant expansion, spurring continued growth of NAVER's third-party ecosystem across both online and offline. In the platform business, loan comparison value increased 50% YOY, driven by continuous service improvements and external partnerships, including the integration of the NAVER Pay loan comparison within the K-Bank app. We will continue expanding third-party acquisition channels through collaboration with diverse partners to drive sustained growth. In addition, we plan to launch the Connect offline payment terminal within the year, supporting face sign authentication and various payment methods. Building on offline payments, we're exploring integration points with NAVER's reservation and play services to create new customer experiences and offer greater value to merchants. Lastly, regarding the Korean won stablecoin, we're currently monitoring legislative and policy developments from the National Assembly and government while internally reviewing potential service opportunities. Next is an update on the Webtoon business performance. In Q2, Webtoon revenue reached 433.7 billion won, up 13.3% YOY and 2.6% QOQ. Please note that the Webtoon Entertainment will announce its Q2 results on August 12th at U.S. time. Please refer to their earnings release for more detailed information. Finally, I will share an update on the enterprise business performance. The B2B business in the enterprise segment continues a steady growth, driven by increasing paid users of LINE Works and new AI-related revenue from public sector clients such as Korea Hydro and nuclear power. LINE Works is receiving positive feedback from customers by launching a range of services that can be integrated with its existing offerings. As a result, the number of paid LINE Works IDs have grown by over 10% for 5 consecutive quarters, maintaining strong momentum. Going forward, we plan to introduce various SaaS products to establish a leading position in the AI agent space within the business messaging market. Following the launch of the new government in June, we also plan to actively pursue government-led AI projects. Backed by Labor Cloud's full-stack AI capabilities, including data center construction and operations, proprietary LLM development and deployment, and GPU infrastructure management, we aim to contribute to the development of Korea's AI ecosystem. We believe these initiatives will help scale our AI business and solidify NAVER's long-term competitive advantage. Leveraging these AI capabilities, we're also making strong progress in our global sovereign AI initiatives. In Saudi Arabia, we completed the development and deployment of digital twin platforms for 3 cities in June, and we're now aiming to expand the business to other cities across the Middle East based on this experience. In addition, we're pursuing new business opportunities through a joint venture with the Saudi Ministry of Housing to launch a map-based super app. We also started a project to deploy service robots and a robotics operation platform in the new Muraba development, securing a meaningful reference for our robotics business. Leveraging digital twin technology, NAVER intends to provide end-to-end robotic services spanning from robot manufacturing to operational platforms. Looking ahead, we plan to broaden the reach of NAVER's robotic services to customers across multiple countries, including Korea and Japan. In addition, we're pursuing various global collaborations and business opportunities, including sovereign LLM development in Thailand, participation in GPU as a service, and AI data center projects targeting Europe from Morocco, humanoid research collaboration with MIT to secure future robotics platforms, LINE Works expansion into Taiwan, and the introduction of Global Care Call, an AI-based wellness call service in Izumo City, Japan. We will provide updates on these developments in due course. Moving forward, NAVER will continue strengthening its service platform competitiveness and B2B capabilities across B2C, B2B, and B2G by leveraging AI, while also securing new business references for mid to long-term growth and laying the foundation for global expansion. Next, I will hand it over to CFO Hee-cheol Kim to discuss the financial performance. Good morning. This is CFO Hee-cheol Kim. I will now present the financial results for Q2. Driven by solid growth in core business such as advertising, commerce, and fintech, Q2 revenue reached 2.9151 trillion won, up 11.7% YOY and 4.6% QOQ. Driven by growing demand for competitive AI-enhanced advertising products, ad revenue exceeded market growth rates. Meanwhile, commerce accelerated overall revenue growth, aided by the successful rollout of a new commission structure in June. Operating profit reached 521.6 billion won, up 10.3% YOY and 3.2% QOQ. As strong revenue growth partially offset cost increases carefully managed through strategic investments to support top-line expansion and to secure mid to long-term growth drivers. Operating margin stood at 17.9%, slightly decreasing YOY and QOQ. Next, I will explain the revenue by business. In Q2, search platform revenue reached 1.0365 trillion won, up 5.9% YOY and 2.4% QOQ. Total advertising revenue across NAVER's platform, including search, display, commerce, finance, and webtoon ads, achieved an 8.7% YOY increase. This growth reflects the combined impact of AI-powered feed recommendation enhancements, ad boost-based inventory optimization, and targeting improvements in NAVER's unique advertising consulting capabilities, and is noteworthy for outperforming market growth despite challenging advertising conditions and a strong base effect from the previous year. In the second half, despite factors like an unusually long holiday that could affect ad revenue, we will boost advertising efficiency through AI-driven optimization, expand AI briefing, and enhance experiences for both advertisers and users via the NAVER app, and integrated search redesign, thereby reinforcing our competitive advantage in the advertising market. Commerce revenue reached 861.1 billion won, up 19.8% YOY and 9.3% QOQ. Advancements in personalization, enhanced end delivery and membership benefits, and the commission restructuring all contributed positively, accelerating growth across all segments compared to the same period last year. Commission and sales revenue grew 19.6% YOY and 10.4% QOQ, driven by the successful launch of the NAVER Plus Store app and the commission restructuring implemented in June. Membership continues to grow in Q2, boosted by the Netflix partnership, including the Squid Game Season 3 campaign, with active and paid users increasing 20.7% YOY and 3.2% QOQ. Commerce advertising grew 19.8% YOY and 8.9% QOQ, driven by ad optimizations on NAVER Plus Store and integrated search placements. Fintech revenue reached 411.7 billion won, up 11.7% YOY and 4.8% QOQ. TPV grew 18.7% YOY and 1.4% QOQ to 20.8 trillion won, driven by smart store growth and the continued expansion of the third-party ecosystem, with non-captive payments accounting for 54% of the total and leading overall growth. Content revenue reached 474 billion won, rising 12.8% YOY and 3.2% QOQ. In particular, webtoon revenue, based on NAVER's consolidated figures in Korean won, grew 13.3% YOY and 2.6% QOQ. For more details, please refer to Webtoon Entertainment's earnings report scheduled for August 12th local time. Snow saw growth of 27.8% YOY and 21.2% QOQ, driven by an increase in paid camera app subscriptions, boosted by AI content integration. Enterprise revenue came in at 131.7 billion won, up 5.8% YOY and down 1.9% QOQ. The number of paid LINEWORKS IDs increased 14% YOY, continuing a solid growth trend. While new AI-related revenues from the public sector, such as with KHNP, have begun to contribute, overall growth is slightly moderated YOY and QOQ basis due to a high base effect from the last year's one-off Intel project and new revenue recognition from EuroCloud, as well as the completion of the first Saudi digital twin project in the previous quarter. Next, let me walk you through the detailed cost items. Development and operations costs rose 2.4% YOY, mainly due to a high base effect from one-off stock-based compensation expenses related to the Webtoon listing in the same period last year, while remaining largely flat QOQ. Partner costs rose 10.6% YOY and 4.1% QOQ. Infrastructure costs increased 15.2% YOY and 4.5% QOQ, mainly due to higher depreciation from new GPU and CPU acquisitions. Given upcoming model training and inference, AI integration into services, and potential government project wins, infrastructure investment is expected to accelerate, leading to higher related costs. Marketing expenses rose 31.5% YOY and 12.1% to QOQ, mainly due to strategic spending on shopping coupons in commerce and increased promotions in fintech and Webtoon. In the second half, we plan to ramp up marketing to strengthen the fresh fruit category through partnerships and enhance competitiveness in Webtoon and fintech, while rigorously assessing the effectiveness of these initiatives. Next, let me discuss the P&L by business. First, combined search platform and commerce segments saw a slight decline in profit margin QOQ due to increased staffing and expanded promotions in shopping. It still maintains a solid margin of over 30%. Fintech saw improved profit margins YOY and QOQ, supported by robust top-line growth, driven by sustained payment revenue increases. Meanwhile, content enterprise narrowed their losses through continuous structural improvements and financial discipline. While some volatility may arise from Webtoon's global marketing efforts and enterprise project acquisitions, we will continue to strengthen core business competitiveness and pursue new opportunities to contribute to NAVER's overall profitability. The consolidated net income for Q2 rose 49.8% YOY and 17.4% QOQ to 497.4 billion won, reflecting increased equity method gains and foreign exchange gains from currency fluctuations. Operating cash flow showed steady growth, but free cash flow for Q2 declined by 48.3 billion won YOY and 275.1 billion QOQ, recording 196.8 billion won, mainly due to reduced stock-based compensation expenses and corporate tax payments in Q2. This concludes the overview of our Q2 financial results, so we will now move on to the Q&A session.
지금부터 질의응답을 시작하겠습니다. 질문을 하실 분은 전화기 버튼에 별표와 1번을 누르시기 바랍니다. 질문을 취소하시려면 별표와 2번을 누르시면 됩니다. 원활한 회의 진행을 위하여 질문은 한 분당 2가지 이내로 부탁드립니다.
We will now begin the Q&A session. To ask a question, please press star and number 1 on your phone. To withdraw your question, please press star and number 2. In consideration of all participants, we kindly request that you limit your questions to 2 per person.
처음으로 질문해 주실 분은 JP모건의 스탠리 양김입니다.
The first question will be provided by Stanley Yang from JP Morgan. Please go ahead with your question.
네, 질문 기회 감사합니다. 2가지 질문 드리겠습니다. 첫 번째 질문은 검색 광고 매출 성장에 대한 부분인데요. 그 성장세가 일단은 하향세가 되고 있습니다. 근데 이제 그게 저희가 궁금한 게 챗GPT의 영향이 이제 쿼리에 영향이 없다고 하셨었는데, 뭐 최근의 트렌드에 대해서 말씀해 주셨으면 감사하겠고요. 그다음에 이제 그 AI 브리핑 노출 확대를 이제 연말까지 20%를 올리신다고 그랬는데 이게 되게 반가운 뉴스 같습니다. 그러니까 소식인 것 같습니다. 왜냐면 이제 구글 사례에서도 보시면은 적극적으로 제미나이 AI 파워 서치를 갖다가 이제 드라이브를 걸면서 그 검색 매출을 잘 성공적으로 좀 방어하고 있지 않습니까? 그래서 저희는 그동안은 소극적으로 AI 브리핑을 실시했었는데 이 부분이 이제 20%까지 이제 올라가는 부분이 어떤 이제 저희한테 이제 모네타이제이션 측면에서 뭐 카니발라이제이션이 있을 수도 있고 또 추가적인 어떤 매출 기회가 있을 수 있는데 전체적인 모네타이제이션 측면에 어떤 영향이 있는지가 궁금하고요. 그다음에 이제 AI 브리핑이 20%에서 내년도에는 또 얼마까지 또 올라갈 수 있는지에 대해서 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 그리고 이제 두 번째 질문, 소브린 AI 저희가 큰 중요한 롤을 하게 될 것 같은데요. 저희가 소브린 AI를 통해서 얻을 수 있는 어떤 사업적인 기회에 대해서 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 이상입니다.
Thank you for taking my question. I would like to ask you two questions. First one has to do with the revenue growth trend with regards to your search ad. I see that the growth rate is coming down. You've previously mentioned in other occasions that with regards to the impact coming from ChatGPT on your search, that there is no meaningful impact. So hence, I would like to gain some update on what the current trend is. And it's also very good to hear that you have plans to expand the coverage of your AI briefing feature to 20% by the end of the year. I say that's a good news because Google is also saying that Gemini-powered search is really increasing their volume of queries. So up to now, I think NAVER has been a little less aggressive in terms of deploying its AI briefing, but it's good to hear that you will increase that to 20%. So would like to understand as to what impact it will have on your monetization. Would there be possibility of, for instance, cannibalization, or do you foresee opportunities to further drive up your top-line revenue? And for that AI briefing coverage, to what level would you be increasing that next year? Second question, I understand that NAVER will be playing a very critical role with regards to the government's initiative on sovereign AI. What business opportunity will this bring to NAVER?
네, 검색 광고부터 먼저 답변을 드리면 매출 성장세는 사실 하향세가 아니라 지속적으로 성장세를 유지를 하고 있다고 지금 보이고요. 당초에 올 분기 실적부터 저희가 그래서 온 플랫폼의 광고 성과들을 그래서 합쳐서 제공하고 있는 게 저희가 지면 효율을 진행을 하면서 지금 일부 지면에 쇼핑 검색 광고를 노출을 시키면서 또 쇼핑 검색 광고의 일부 성장률이 잡히는 부분들이 있어서 자세한 그 데이터들은 저희가 IR 팀을 통해서 제공해 드리면 더욱 보기 좋으시리라 생각합니다. 저희가 보고 있는 점은 사실 저희가 비즈니스를 만들어내는 검색 영역에서의 그 비즈니스 쿼리 수나 이용자들의 방문 수들인데 이것들은 오히려 AI 시대에 있어서도 지속적으로 증가하는 모습을 보이고 있어서 저희 비즈니스에도 긍정적이라고 생각합니다.
So regarding the search ad question, you've mentioned that the growth rate for the revenue is on a downward trend, but we'd like to just make a correction that we are continuously seeing an upward trend. And that is why starting this quarter's earnings figure, we have added the advertisement related performance on our on-platform line item. And also we are able to capture some uptrend in the shopping search advertisement as we went through the optimization of the ad slots or the inventory. The metrics that we are seeing is that in terms of the business query as well as the number of visits by the users, even in this age of AI, we are seeing a solid growth and we consider that to be quite positive.
AI 브리핑의 경우에는 지난 분기 저희 실적 발표에서도 이용자들이 반응을 보면서 점차적으로 커버리지를 확대하겠다고 제가 말씀을 드린 바 있는데요. 아까 컨퍼런스에서 말씀드린 바 있듯이 저희 CTR이라든지 체류 시간 그리고 이용자들이 추가 검색이나 컨텐츠 클릭으로 이어지는 숫자들이 모두 구글에서 발표한 것과 거의 비슷하거나 더 높은 수준으로 긍정적이기 때문에 커버리지를 연말에 20%까지 상향해서 확대할 것이라고 말씀드렸습니다.
Regarding the question in AI briefing, I've mentioned during my previous conference calls that we will be expanding the coverage as we look at and monitor the responses and the feedback that we get from the user base. If you look at some of the metrics, including the click-through rate as well as time spent and additional queries and searches, we can tell you that compared to what you've mentioned with regards to what Google is seeing in terms of their trend, it's either similar or it's actually higher in terms of also the content clicks that are actually happening. So that is the basis upon which we've decided to expand the coverage to 20% by the end of the year.
정보성 쿼리를 중심으로 진행을 하고 있기 때문에 해당 영역에서 매출 카니발 등은 오히려 없다고 보고 있고 사실은 그 정보성 롱테일 검색어에서 저희가 그 애드부스트 등을 통해서 저희 그 검색 광고 노출 등의 그 비즈니스 면을 창출하고 있고, 또한 쇼핑과 로컬로 이어지는 흐름 또한 더욱 AI 브리핑을 통해서 강화하는 모습을 보이고 있기 때문에 매출에 대해서도 더욱 긍정적으로 이어질 수 있는 기회를 발견을 했습니다. 이를 통해서 AI 브리핑 커버리지는 저희 더욱 늘리려고 생각을 하고 있고, 아까도 말씀드렸듯이 내년에는 그 대화형 검색, 그 AI 브리핑 경험을 더욱더 고도화할 수 있는 AI 탭을 아예 출시할 예정이기 때문에, 이렇게 되면 원하는 그 검색 이용자들은 언제든지 AI 브리핑이라든지 대화형 검색을 네이버 검색에서 활용하실 수 있게 됩니다.
And because we are focusing on the information-seeking type of queries, we do not believe that there is going to be any revenue-related cannibalization. And in terms of such information-seeking queries that has to do with the long-tail search keywords, we're making use of Ad Boost to make sure that we maximize and optimize that search ad loading. And also we're strengthening through AI briefing the connection that it has with NAVER shopping as well as NAVER local place, for instance. So we actually see this as an additional opportunity for us to generate added revenue. And that is why we will continuously improve and expand on the coverage that AI briefing really brings as we go forward into next year. And also we want to further enhance the experience that the users will have through the use of the AI briefing. And so next year we've also decided to have a dedicated tab under the name of AI tab, which is more of an interactive and conversational user experience. So users will be able to choose to their preference the AI briefing and AI tab within the AI search domain.
소버린 AI 경우에는 그동안 네이버가 오랜 기간 동안 AI 자체 기술에 대한 투자를 집행한 결실이 그 중장기적으로 새로운 기회를 만들어내는 기반이 될 수 있다는 점에서 저희는 굉장한 기회로 보고 있고요. 이미 지난 7월에 WBL 챌린지 사업 지원을 위한 GPU 임차 사업이라든지 또 국가대표 LLM 구축을 담당할 사업자로 된다든지 이런 점에서 여러 가지 사업 기회가 나타나고 있고, 또한 앞으로 여러 국가에서 개최하는 그런 그 사업들이 나올 것으로 생각을 하고 있습니다. 또한 이것을 통해서 또 자체적인 그 AI 인프라라든지 LLM 모델이라든지 그런 생태계를 구축하고 싶어하는 다른 국가들, 사우디라든지 동남아라든지 이런 국가들의 수요에도 저희가 대응할 수 있는 좋은 그 사업자가 되었다는 점에서 긍정적이라 생각합니다.
Regarding the sovereign AI initiative that's undertaken by the government, I believe that this is really coming to the fruition of all of the efforts at NAVER, as well as the investment that it has made over many years. And this really is a new opportunity for NAVER to leverage, and we consider this to be a quite significant opportunity. Already, we have been chosen in the month of July as a GPU leasing service provider, and also we will participate in the LLM development project as well, which once again is a good opportunity for NAVER. Going forward, we believe that this will open up new opportunity for us to engage in other projects that happen in other nations as well. And we believe that we will be able to be equipped with the appropriate capabilities to actually respond to the demand of AI infrastructure build-out as well as development of LLM for other countries as well, for instance, countries like Saudi Arabia and countries in Southeast Asia. So this will be added opportunity from our perspective.
네, 다음 분 질문 받겠습니다.
다음으로 질문해 주실 분은 키움증권의 김진구 님입니다.
The following question will be presented by Jin-gu Kim from Kiwoom Securities. Please go ahead with your question.
예, 질문 기회 감사합니다. 저 AI 관련된 질문 하나 좀 드려보겠고요. 그 AI 소버린 전략에서 그 국내 그 이해관계자 중심의 얼라이언스를 좀 어떻게 구축을 해서 경쟁력을 발휘하실지, 그리고 이제 추가적으로 글로벌 빅테크와의 제휴, 그리고 오케스트레이션 전략을 더한 그 글로벌 시장에서의 경쟁력을 좀 발현할 가능성이 있으실지, 이런 옵션들을 좀 활용할 여지가 있으실지를 추가로 좀 여쭤보는 부분이고요. 관련해서 말씀을 좀 부탁드리도록 하겠습니다. 이상입니다.
Thank you for taking my question. My question relates to the sovereign strategy, sovereign AI strategy. Would like to gain some insight as to what you're envisioning in terms of setting up an alliance with domestic stakeholders, and also would there be potential partnerships or alliances with global big techs, and would there be a chance for you to, including the orchestration aspect, to really unlock that global competitiveness?
우선 서버린 전략에서 저희 혼자서 모든 것을 다 할 수는 없다고 생각을 하고 있고요. 저희가 AI 기술과 또 독보적인 데이터 역량을 가지고 있지만 저희와 함께 힘을 합쳐서 특히 뭐 국가의 LLM이라든지 또 그런 스택을 발견하는 데 도움이 되는 그런 생태계가 있다면 저희는 적극적으로 협력할 생각이 있고요. 또 특히 뭐 저희가 이번에 제출한 WBL의 경우에는 트레블랩스라는 저희가 투자한 스타트업과 함께 또 국내 유수의 대학들과 이미 같이 참여를 한 바 있고 또 이 얼라이언스도 계속 열려 있어서 앞으로 계속 검토를 해 나갈 예정입니다.
Regarding the sovereign AI strategy, we by ourselves cannot do everything. We are hence open to any ecosystem that we could collaborate in and cooperate with, which will help us further leverage our AI technology and data capabilities that we have towards building the national LLM that the project seeks to achieve. Even during the WBL competition, there was a startup company called 12 Labs, which we even 12 Labs who actually participated in that competition, and also we are already in close cooperation with well-known academic universities. So we are open to opportunities to collaborate and have an open alliance.
그리고 저희가 소버린 AI에 대한 가치를 가지고 저희 내부의 자체 LLM인 하이퍼클로버 X를 개발한다는 것이 글로벌 빅테크와의 제휴라든지 오케스트레이션 전략과 배치되는 개념은 아니라고 생각하고 있고, 실제로도 저희가 지금 온서비스 AI 전략을 펼치는 과정에서 네이버의 모든 서비스에 LLM 기술을 이용해서 AI 역량을 끌어올리고 있는데, 실제로 이미 오케스트레이션 전략을 펼치고 있습니다. 그래서 다양한 저희가 판단할 때 지금 유저 가치를 끌어올릴 수 있는 것이라고 한다면은 하이퍼클로버 X가 아닌 다른 LLM을 사용을 하고 있고요. 이러한 전략들은 앞으로도 계속해 나갈 예정입니다.
So regarding the value that sovereign AI-related initiatives bring, and also our proprietary LLM model Hyperclover X, the strategy that we employ within NAVER does not in any way conflict with the potential cooperation and collaboration with global big techs, or the orchestration approach. Basically, our overarching strategy is on-service AI, whereby we bring the AI into and integrate that into various different services that we provide within the NAVER platform. So already we are fully leveraging the orchestration strategy. So we will be using our proprietary Hyperclover X as well as the other LLMs made by other global providers, as well as orchestration strategy. So whichever really benefits further enhancing the user experience, we are actively utilizing that approach.
실제로 네이버가 가지고 있는 유저 베이스를 비롯해서 저희만 가지고 있는 독보적인 데이터 역량, 그리고 쇼핑과 플레이스로 연결될 수 있는 그런 비즈니스 플랫폼을 네이버가 독보적으로 국내에서 가지고 있기 때문에 많은 글로벌 LLM 가지고 있는 빅테크들이 저희와의 제휴를 사실은 이야기를 하고 있고, 저희도 심도 깊게 논의는 하고 있습니다. 그리고 저희가 하이퍼클로버 X를 개발을 하고 있고, 또 국내에서 클라우드를 비롯한 이런 풀스택 역량을 구축하고 있다는 것 자체가 이러한 제휴를 추진할 때 저에게 가장 강점으로 작용하고 있는 부분이라고 생각합니다.
So NAVER really is ahead of others in terms of the robust user base that we have, as well as the shopping and the place services that we provide, which are by far most advanced in the form of most advanced, and we are unrivaled by any other entities in being able to provide these types of platforms. So global big techs are actually approaching us with a potential for entering into some sort of partnerships and collaborations. So we have the capabilities as well as a very strong data-related basis and capability as well. So with our own proprietary LLM, we also have the full stack capability across the chain. So that really works towards our benefit when it comes to a potential tie-up with a third-party entity.
네, 다음 분 질문 받을 텐데요. 이게 시간상 한 분 정도 그 질문 받고 끝내도록 하겠습니다.
마지막으로 질문해 주실 분은 HSBC의 김준현 님입니다.
The last question will be presented by Junyoon Kim from HSBC. Please go ahead with your question.
네, 질문 기회 감사드립니다. 저 두 가지 질문이 있는데요. 사실 첫 번째는 아무래도 국내 시장 환경을 볼 때 뭐 광고, 커머스뿐만 아니라 새로운 좀 성장 동력의 필요성이 좀 증가하고 있는 것 같습니다. 그러다 보니까 좀 뭐 빅테크들이나 이렇게 비교를 해보면 저희 엔터프라이즈 이런 클라우드 사업 성장률은 좀 상대적으로는 좀 다소 낮아 보이는데 저희가 올해 뭐 GPU 임차 서비스 또 이제 시작을 했고, 그다음에 사스 사업 확대도 아까 콜에서 언급을 해주셨는데, 저희가 이거를 좀 매출 성장률로 좀 확인할 수 있는 시기가 언제일지, 그리고 저희의 전략이 어떻게 될지 설명해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 그리고 두 번째는 저희가 이번에 뭐 왈라팝 인수에 대해서 좀 데이터 확보 차원으로 말씀을 해주셨는데, 최근에 좀 저희 그 C2C 사업의 인수도 계속 지속이 되고 있고, 그러다 보니 저희 이제 미래 성장 동력을 계속 커머스 쪽으로 보고 계신지 아니면 최근에 뭐 뉴스 기사로도 많이 나왔던 그런 모로코 지역의 AI 데이터 센터 건설에도 참가하시는 거랑 관련돼서 뭐 혹시 유럽 지역의 어떤 B2G AI 사업을 위한 좀 트랙 레코드 차원이나 아니면 좀 새로운 AI 서비스를 위한 데이터 확보 차원인지 좀 전략에 대해서 좀 더 구체적으로 설명해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Thank you for taking my question. I would like to ask you two questions. First one has to do with, I would think that the company needs to identify a domain of new growth for you. For the domestic market, you have advertisement and commerce, but it seems like the growth rate of the enterprise and the cloud business is somewhat muted. So since you've started with the GPU leasing business as well as SaaS business, we'd like to know as to when that will actually translate into an actual increase in revenue and what is your strategy to drive that. Second question, you've talked about the acquisition of Wallapop and one of the key reasons behind that would be for you to secure and have data acquisition. Going forward, would you continuously be interested in C2C player acquisition, and does that mean that you consider commerce as your key growth engine going forward? And also, I read in a news article that you are engaged in an AI data center project in Morocco. For Europe, what is your more detailed strategy in terms of setting up that basis for growth?
네, 클라우드 사업의 경우에는 지난 1, 2년간은 저희가 그 AI와 관련돼서 레퍼런스, 주된 레퍼런스들 대기업이라든지 그리고 뭐 국가 관련해서 뭐 한국은행, 뭐 한수원이라든지 이런 중요한 레퍼런스를 확보하는 데 집중을 했고 이것들을 좀 성공적으로 가졌다는 데에서 의의를 가지고 있고요. 앞으로 국내의 클라우드의 도입률이라든지 그리고 AI 트랜스포메이션이 얼마나 빨리 진행되는지에 따라서 이러한 저희의 성장 속도가 좌우될 것으로 판단을 하는데 이미 지금 국내의 그 클라우드 사업자 중에서는 저희와 같이 AI의 모델과 서비스 역량까지 확보한 그러한 그 사업자는 사실은 저희가 유일하다고 저희는 판단을 하고 있어서 그 과정에서 그 성장률이 늘어날 것으로 생각을 하고 있습니다.
Now, regarding cloud, over the past 2 years, our focus was actually gaining AI references against large corporations and national government entities like BOK and Korea hydro and nuclear power. And we believe that acquiring those references were quite successful and that it was meaningful. So depending on the pace at which the cloud is adopted, as well as the speed of AI transformation, our growth speed will be determined. And we believe and we pride ourselves in the fact that we are the only provider that have the capability of both the AI model and service capabilities. So going forward, we believe that that will really underpin a solid growth for us.
왈라팝 인수의 전략의 가장 중요한 축은 앞서 말씀 주신 대로 데이터 확보 차원과 동시에 또 C2C 섹터의 지속적인 성장에 대한 기대로 설명을 할 수 있을 것 같습니다. 저희가 뭐 AI 생태계에서 네이버의 여러 실적들과 저희의 전략들을 계속해서 설명드리고 있지만 모든 영역에서 저희가 다 잘할 수는 없다고 생각을 하고 있고 특히 저희가 놓치면 안 되는 비즈니스 영역에서의 그 AI 에이전트 부분은 저희가 놓치면 안 되고 저희가 가장 잘 해야 되는 부분으로 저희는 판단을 하는데요. 그것을 성공시킬 수 있는 키는 결국에는 데이터의 다양성과 그 데이터의 구색이라고 생각하고 있고, 그런 면에서 C2C 영역이 가장 그 롱테일 그 상거래 컨텐츠에 대해서 확보할 수 있는 영역이라고 판단하고 있습니다.
You asked about more detailed strategy that we have regarding this additional acquisition of Wallapop stake. As you've mentioned, yes, data acquisition is one important aspect, as well as the fact that we do look forward to further growth from the C2C business going forward. We keep talking about the business performances and strategies that we have with regards to the AI ecosystem as a whole, but we can't be good at everything. But we believe that in the business domain of AI agents, that is a segment that we must be very good at. And so the key to that will be for us to have an acquisition of data that is diverse, wide-ranging. And so we believe that having a strong footing in C2C, because this is where we are able to secure data regarding the long-tail commerce aspect, we, from that perspective, consider C2C to be quite important for us.
특히 C2C 서비스는 살펴보면은 이용자 커뮤니티와 뭐 상품 정보 그리고 트렌드에 관한 여러 가지 데이터와 그 관련된 커뮤니케이션 그리고 커뮤니티가 그 합쳐진 그런 서비스로 생각을 하고 있고요. 그리고 여러 지역, 특히 유럽 시장에서의 성장률이 굉장히 높은 편입니다.
Especially if you look at the C2C services, this is really a combination of multiple number of factors. For instance, the user community, the product information, trend-related data, communication, as well as the user community. And the growth rate is quite impressive, especially in Europe.
이러한 생태계에서 판매자와 창작자의 육성을 저희가 지원을 하고 또 이를 통해서 광고라든지 그 상거래를 통해서 사업 기회를 만드는 것이 네이버가 가장 잘하는 영역으로 판단을 하고 있고요. 왈라팝 역시 저희의 검색이나 광고 기술이 접목되는 경우 큰 성장을 기대하고 있습니다.
So basically, within this ecosystem, we want to be able to assist the sellers and the curators through the use of the advertisement and creating business opportunities that comes from such commerce-related transaction. And that is what NAVER excels at. And when we are able to bring and integrate NAVER's technology and add products to Wallapop, we believe that we could really look forward to strong growth going forward.
네, 이것으로 2025년 2분기 실적 발표를 마치겠습니다. 오늘 참석해 주신 모든 분들께 감사드리며 앞으로도 많은 격려 부탁드립니다.
This ends the second quarter 2025 earnings call for NAVER. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to your continued